Hi, I'm James with Absolute Hollywood, and I'm with my friend Andre, and we're up here in Joshua Tree to put up an air dome experience for our guests. We've been doing this for 18 years now, but this is a very special event because it's the first live release of an album. It's going to be Childish Gambino, and it's going to be fantastic. 20,000 square feet on the floor, or 50 meters across for those on the other side of the pond. We're going to start here at dusk. The entire inside of the dome is going to be covered with video. We're going to have stage lighting, sound, music, and it's going to be an experience that wraps around the guest for 360 view. When we set up a dome in the desert, we normally start by putting down our sand skirt, which makes ballast and holds the dome into place. We attach 4 walls and 1 cap, and that makes up the dome. And to that, we add our doors or entryways with revolving doors for many guests coming in and out quickly. And then we add a couple of blowers and some air conditioning, and we inflate it. This one took 22 minutes to inflate, and it was completely up and ready to go and time to load in all the equipment. Loading in the equipment was another couple of days behind that. Testing the video, working it out, sound check, stage, lighting. The really special, fun part about the dome, especially compared to the geo-type domes with all the pipes and drapes and metal, is that we're strictly fabric. It goes up very quickly, it goes up very fast and easy. It has a higher strength, it flexes a little bit in the wind, so it doesn't have the same issues with the wind that a standard type dome does. And it also allows us to build a substantially larger dome in far less time. A dome like this, we took easy 8-hour days, 3 days, we put up a 160-foot dome. And in the geodesic world, there doesn't exist a portable 160-foot dome, so that's a giant leap above that in size and time. And it also means you can add another 2,000 guests to your venue. And she's a really nice one. We love her out here. She's been on tour around the world. Last year at this time, she was in the Suez Canal doing the grand opening for the new Suez Canal build. And that was 3 domes hooked together. And we had all the heads of state for a grand gala dinner after the canal was opened up. So she gets around, she goes up easy, and she always does good by us. Another little special thing about this dome is she's the 10th generation. So we started the air dome business with portable air domes that one could see the video inside and out and pick up and carry easily in 1999. So we're about 10th generation, where we've gone from a small 50-foot dome up to 200-foot dome. And in this particular line, we've introduced a new feature, which is our high definition screen. It's not the standard dome screen that you see in a dome. So we're able to really take advantage of all the new high-def technology, the interactive features. The guests can see quick, fast reactions when we're doing interaction with them, and it just makes a spectacular thing. So the IMAX folks, they better watch out, because we're here.
PHAROS was conceived by Donald Glover and his team at Wolf and Rothstein. It is essentially a Childish Gambino show, but in the world's largest inflatable dome. 360-degree projection content surrounding the audience and the performers.
Donald Glover he's amazing. He could hold the entire crowd's energy just with himself on stage. But he really wanted to bring the audience into this world and create this experience that everyone has together. We're all body to body in this 3,000 person dome, and we're all in this world, every single piece ebbing and flowing. We're going on a journey together.
What we were asked to do was all the creative and the system architecture to surround that, which essentially meant that we had to design a different world per song and then provide seamless transitions to get us from one song to another in 7 weeks.
We were introduced to 2N, and they were phenomenal to collaborate with, and obviously really experienced in this kind of real-time interactive space. We knew development without a dome was going to be an issue from day one. So we settled on a VR kind of prototyping and development process that allowed us to kind of basically map it to a virtual dome. So we would have a VR headset and system that allowed us to teleport around our virtual dome, allow us to see the content from any location. And that was really critical because it's not until you start to see that content on the surface of the dome that you really start to understand what makes a composition successful in that format.
Working with Weta Digital was awesome. They're the best at what they do. It was really cool to share our knowledge of concert design and interactivity with them, and they were able to bring that final lacquer to really take this project to the next level.
I think what was really special about this project is the performer-centric nature of the system design. We wanted to be able to control a video game in the same way that a DJ or a VJ controls their set.
I was actually the show operator in the show, and so I had just a normal DJ style MIDI controller that I was using to run faders, buttons, and stuff that I could interact with Unreal System instead of a game controller. And so this allowed me to have that flexibility to play like a musician with this 160-foot video dome.
The size of this dome meant that we really needed a lot of pixels on the screen to get a high quality result. And we knew we could make a high quality result, particularly if we went with the Unreal Engine, because it has so many features related to image quality that we knew that we'd be embracing for this project.
So we calculated that we needed to have a 5.4K by 5.4K resolution split into a fisheye to send that to the 12 projectors outputting the image.
Using in-display to be able to distribute the real-time rendering and keep the resolution and the frame rate where it needed to be for this project was key.
From a technical standpoint, in-display is a game changer. It allowed us to exponentially kind of level up the visual fidelity of the process. In-display is basically a distributed rendering system that allows us to kind of run the system on a single machine, and then we have a number of other machines that render their own view into that world. And we can kind of take all those individual renders and then combine them downstream into a super high resolution output image.
Critical to this project were the NVIDIA Quadro cards. We had the P6000 models in each machine with the sync card. We were able to frame lock every single of the 5 machines together, so when we output a singular image, every single frame would be locked between all 5 of them to create one large image.
The last night, I went into the crowd and watched the whole show from that perspective, and being in the midst of a large group of people, experiencing this thing that we'd worked so hard on was amazing. I really can't describe it.
It's Donald's performance on the stage, it's the lighting, it's the smoke, it's the lasers, it's the band, it's the crowd and the energy of the night. And when you finally see all those components coming together in a harmonious way, it's absolutely thrilling to see that. Winning the VES award for Outstanding Visuals for Special Venue was really special for us. I'm still fascinated to this day by what we managed to pull off. Tools like Unreal Engine, allow us to do that kind of thing.
The stakes were very high on this project, and we had very ambitious creative, and we didn't end up having to cut any of it. We had very ambitious technology, and we pulled it off. I think all of our loved ones were very happy that the project had come to an end so that we could see them again.
The first PHAROS that we wanted to do was kind of, we're seeking some kind of alternate experience for live entertainment. And it didn't necessarily have to be only music. You know, Donald is multi-hyphenate, and so we wanted to create a world that like a fan could step into and feel like they could touch all these different parts of entertainment. I think for us, it was like an answer to what was happening that we didn't like in the major music festival space. And so we didn't want to call it a festival, we wanted to call it an experience, and a goal of ours is always like, how do we give back something, at the end of this? And like, is there something we can create in augmented reality that lets that person go back to that moment for a second? And that was really exciting. So then we started talking about all the different things that augmented reality could provide for us, whether it be messaging or secret hidden Easter eggs, and it really just like spoke to our brand, and it felt like it was the right move to associate with the PHAROS experience.
I can see a lot of functionality and a lot more productivity coming out of AR in the next couple of years. Any brand that gets in early and starts to understand some of the challenges and limitations will be much more poised for that next step when it really becomes consumer friendly and becomes ingrained in consumer behavior.
Primarily, it's the fact that it's a shared experience. I've never seen that before, as far as AR, where the phones are aware of each other in the space, and you can actually go through an experience together. So I think the multiplayer is going to be what really kind of surprises people.
From a very technical standpoint, we made the decision to go with Unity because the integration with AR Core was much more advanced.
And the AR Core plugin gave us the ability to leverage cloud anchors. Cloud anchors allow developers to easily create like a frame of reference that matches the digital and physical world, so that it's much easier to create a multiplayer experience.
So one of the UX workarounds we did was that as people approached the portal, it would actually extend out to them.
The portal is the anchor. So everyone who's using the app together sees the portal in the same place in the room. And
that would let us use a much smaller footprint for the experience. That helped a lot. We did a lot of R&D around the particle systems in the early days, and we were asked to make this a cross-platform experience. The interesting thing is there are differences in the GPUs, even between the Pixel phones, so Pixel 2 versus Pixel 3. So we were dealing with different chipsets. So we ended up going with the native Unity particle systems because it was the most universal.
I did get a chance to sit behind the team like in real time. I could say, wow, that's really cool, but it just like the tree needs to be a little bit more purple, and couldn't it be pulsing outwards? And within a matter of seconds, these engineers could dial in that effect about 90% of the way. So for myself, or even for a guy like Donald, who doesn't have a lot of time to like come in and just sit all day at something, you can easily communicate your ideas, see if you were in line, and walk away and know that the next day it'll be perfected.
Conversations that I have with Donald, whether it extends to like, when we work on a show or we work on a film, we always talk about texture. And I think with AR, in terms of a narrative, I think we're trying to just tell a broader story that can expand from like, Donald's first record to his last movie. Like this should feel like a world, even if things don't tie directly together, that they have these moments that can kind of build some real estate in people's mind,
We were really excited about this project because bringing so many minds together to build something amazing is what we love to do. Unity shines when it's in the hands of like amazing creators.
There was just a openness and a willingness to work together from the very start that lasted all the way through the completion of the project that I've only been fortunate enough to experience once. I think PHAROS AR will be like a way for, there's a conversation or there's like a, hey, you gotta come try this, or it inspires them to use a different application, with portals or whatever. I think that's what I'm most excited to see come out of this, is the aspect of our fans speaking to one another and kind of teaching each other how to use this.
The whole idea behind the wellness scene to Newcastle is to prepare you for tonight's main event.
How would you have handled yourself differently? How will this purpose benefit others? What are your 3 biggest fears?
Welcome to the Newcastle meditation booth. We want you to come in, chill out, and just take your time. Come on in.
The most important thing about getting somewhere is starting right where we are. A canoe which we are all in with no exception. With your basket and my basket, the people will live.
Donald is ready. We can cue it.
Okay, when this beat drops, I need to feel everybody. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Like 1, 2, 3.
PHAROS, to me, is a collective experience of bringing fans together to experience one creative vision by Childish Gambino.
PHAROS is a communal experience for everybody to be in the same place, listen to something for the first time. It was talking about making you feel kind of primal, like a kid again. You have a moment where you can go like, this is the first time I heard and saw this, and this was with 2,000 other people.
It was exciting to work with Childish Gambino and his team because he really had a vision of what he wanted to do to bring this new music to his fans. We had the technology that was able to create an experience and allow fans to go into the world of PHAROS in a really unique and interesting way.
The inspiration for this festival was to create a world for his new album to live in.
It's providing like truly immersive experiences. You're there, you get a second component. You're being able to be in the room with an artist as opposed to just hearing the artist.
So Childish Gambino came to us with the album that he had. He had an idea in his head and he had a vision. There's a whole story that existed and a world that existed around the album. So when we sat down with his team, we worked with them to try and evolve that story and work with the technology to actually help bring that to life in different ways. We've used Connects in an array to allow us to create a 360 model of Childish Gambino as he performs and bring that into a computer-generated environment.
With the VR experience, we're trying to give people an experience that felt very sacred and trying to bring a different kind of value.
Everything that we're doing here is meant to provide that context and give that world to our listeners and let them live in the same world that Childish Gambino created it in.
We were able to use Azure and Connect and Surface and OneNote and a number of other Microsoft technologies to help us have a rich set of tools that brought the experience to life.
It's special. It's hard to really say something special, but I think PHAROS is special like nobody else is doing it.
Being able to work with an artist that wanted to bring a performance to life in a really interesting way and then have an experience afterwards for fans who weren't able to be there was something really exciting to work on and use technology and make it a reality for them.